Angie Mar of Les Bee in the West Village, thank you so much for having us.
Always so good to have you.
I'm excited. What are we going to be making today?
So today we're actually going to make one of the signature items off of our menu, which is a salad chinois.
One of the great queens of steak that New York has ever known is making me a salad.
Yes, but it has a bit of meat in it, so you'll be okay.
Oh, well then okay, that's great. So with this salad, how does it start? I see a giant roast chicken here.
So this roast chicken actually is not going to be in your salad. And I've actually roasted it because we wanted all of the drippings from the roast chicken in order to make the salad to start to infuse some of those flavors into it. I want to get the purest drippings out of here that we possibly can because we want to control all of the seasonings for the salad as we make it. So this is just purely beautiful roast chicken. This is gonna go away.
So that bird's flying away.
Bird's flying away, but I wanted to show it to you because at the end of the day, the philosophy here is that we start with really great product. You can see the color on the chicken, you can see how the fat has been rendered. So you're gonna be able to taste all of the amazing, roasty, beautiful flavors from this chicken in the salad without having any meat in it at all.
So how do you get those flavors into the salad?
So I've taken all of the drippings and a bit of the jus out, and what we're left with is this gorgeous, I mean, do you see the color?
Yeah.
The gold?
Do you like strain this at all? Because mine usually looks murkier than this. I guess I'm not using a high quality bird.
No, I didn't strain this at all. This is just straight out of the pan, but we're gonna actually be adding some of this fat into our salad today. So let's go ahead and start by making the vinaigrette. So we're gonna start with a little bit of yuzu kosho.
So what exactly is yuzu kosho?
So yuzu kosho is Japanese yuzu that's been fermented. It's a little bit spicy. Do you want to try a little bit of it on its own?
Yeah, it's got some heat to it, yeah.
To this, I'm gonna just add a little bit of sesame oil.
You could just kind of whisk that in gently.
And then I'm gonna add a little bit of, this is a mixture of soy and shirodashi. Shirodashi is a light form of soy, so it's a little bit more umami. I think soy sauce tends to be a bit salty, so I cut it with the shirodashi. So we're just gonna mix it in, and then a lot of the acid for this dressing will come in, but we'll do it as we're mixing the salad because I like all of the juices to be fresh. Yeah. So that's it. It's a really simple dressing.
So it's a basic sesame yuzu kosho dressing.
That's it.
Beautiful.
I really love the salad because you have a variety of different ingredients.
Yeah.
So I like to start with baby gem lettuce because I think it's cool and it's crisp and it's really, really lovely. I have some haricot vert, which we have blanched and chilled. Yep. Taste it.
Still has its crunch to it.
Still has its crunch. Very green.
What are those there?
Radishes. These are French breakfast radishes. It just adds a little bit of spice.
And just like thin sliced.
Thin slices. And then these are really lovely. These are actually Kyoto carrots, but they're eaten in Japan around this time of year. And they're these beautiful dark garnet red. And this is just, first of all, it's just a great color, but taste them. Not too sweet.
Yeah.
And then something a bit unexpected, orchids.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So typically I would do like an endive or something like that, but try the orchids. We have a freshness to them and almost a sweetness to them.
Yeah.
Very much like endive, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't have that hard bitterness that that can have.
Exactly.
And the beautiful color.
So I'm just gonna add some orchid petals in and then the herbs. So we're gonna go tarragon, some chive batons, and then a little bit of Delfino cilantro.
So people really knew you at the Beatrice Inn for amazing meat dishes and whiskey aging beef and why was this a dish that you wanted to have over here at Les Bee?
It's really funny because we obviously call it salad chinois, but when you dissect this dish, it really is Chinese chicken salad.
Yeah, like you'd get from a mall.
Right, like you would get from a mall. And like as a child of like the 80s and 90s, that for me was such an integral flavor growing up. And it obviously like has nothing to do with Chinese food, but it very much is like this Americanized version of what people thought Chinese food should be. So I was very fortunate to grow up in a home where I got traditional Chinese food, but then I also got to go out and have this like very American version of it. So these flavors are just very much of my childhood, but done in an haute cuisine type of way. So I just added a little bit of salt in there, And we're actually going to do a squeeze of lemon just for some brightness. And then I have cara oranges, which are tremendously sweet. I notice I'm just squeezing it around the bowl, right? Not directly into the lettuce. And then chicken fat.
This is the chicken fat going, so I am getting my meat.
You're getting your meat. So there's a little bit of roast chicken fat. And then I'm just gonna give this dressing one more whisk and a little bit of dressing in here. What I like to do is clean hands, but tossing the salad very gently. So we're using the bowl almost. So you have all of the flavors of the salad and you're getting all of these individual components coated quite nicely.
So we've got the salad completely dressed. What do we do now?
So now we're gonna build the salad. I always like things to look very aesthetically beautiful. So
nice little ring mold there.
I'm gonna use a ring mold just so everything's quite even. And I'm just gonna start to build a base with the bottom leaves. And I'll work in some of the other ingredients. I start layering everything together because, you know, I think that the best dishes are like you get a little bite of everything in each forkful.
Was there anything at the Beatrice Inn that was quite like this dish?
No, I think this one is purely a Le Bee creation. That's the thing, is that Le Bee is like a brand new restaurant, and you know, I think that there's like a lot of really wonderful nods to the Beatrice Inn, but it's not the same.
But it's also an evolution of you.
It absolutely is an evolution. I think, you know, a lot of people want you to cook the same thing over and over again because they're very married to the idea of the food that they love that you make, but all artists should evolve at some point. I've got everything in the ring mold. The last touch before it leaves the kitchen is this gorgeous chicken lace. What we also did with the chicken fat is mixed it with a little bit of flour, a little bit of water, a touch of sugar, and some rendered chicken jus, and made this gorgeous lace.
So this is like a tuile, right?
This is a tuile, and this is kind of meant to replace, you know, those like crispy wontons that you get.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
which
like,
we all love.
Yeah. But it's like in its weird way, like something like that becomes like authentic Americana kind of stuff.
It does, doesn't it?
Like it's been around for so long now. It's its own legend now.
It really is, to be honest with you.
But if you were building the salad, having hunks of chicken in that would just weigh down everything.
It would just weigh everything down. And this, like, look at how gorgeous that is.
That is a beautiful salad.
It's a beautiful salad. There you have it. And you know, it just looks interesting from all different angles.
Yeah.
It's like sculptural. It's like almost like this beautiful garden. And it all ended up on this one plate.
Yeah, it's so bright and beautiful.
Well, shall we try it?
I love the crunch that the tuile gets to it as well. You get that nice chicken flavor that's coming through because you've added that fat in there, but you also get the sesame really comes through nicely. It's quite nice.
At this stage of my career, it's just a lot of the food that I'm doing is very playful because I think that, you know, it should be fun. You know?
And this is a fun little nostalgic nod to your past.
Absolutely.
All of our past. I have some to admit. I used to work at Uno's Chicago Bar and Grill.
So this is
San
home.
Diego.
So this is home.
I would make salads, and we made our Mandarin chicken salad with like the crappy orange slices from a can in there. And so I was like, this is so much better than that.
I hope so, but I hope it brought some nostalgia to you too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Chef. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.